This is KGW News at 5.
The Clark County Sheriff's Office is asking for help solving the murder of a woman in the Hockinson area. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm John Adams. Sydney Dorner is looking into that case and has the latest details.
I was able to speak with Sergeant Fred Neiman from the Clark County Sheriff's Office. He says their major crimes unit is on the case, but so far don't know much. Right now, they need the public's help tracking down this car you see right here. It's a stolen 2001 black Ford F-150 with the license plate C73655Y. Saturday evening around 7 p.m., the Clark County Sheriff's Office received a call about a woman being shot in her home. Her home was located between Northeast 119th Street and 182nd Avenue. Police are not releasing her name at this time, but say when her husband and two friends returned to the house, they found her dead with gunshot wounds. Clark County Sheriff's Office say that 2001 black Ford F-150 was stolen from the scene. If you happen to see this car, please call 911. Police ask you do not approach the person driving because they may be armed or dangerous. We will have more details on this burglary and murder as they are released. Back to you.
All right, Sydney, thank you. Well, new tonight, Oregon State Police are looking into what caused a deadly crash Friday night. It happened around 11:15 on Highway 202, not too far southeast of Astoria. State police say a car driven by 22-year-old Alexander Luna left the road and overturned. It landed upside in a shallow body of water. Luna was declared dead on the scene. Police believe speed was a factor in that crash. And police in downtown Vancouver asked the fire department for help with a man they say was endangering the public. At around 6 Saturday evening, a man was on the roof of a building off of West 6th Street in Washington throwing bricks, glass, and other things. Eventually, he started climbing communications wires over the street. After about 45 minutes, he fell onto a fire engine. Police were able to talk him down and get him to a local hospital for evaluation. Well, turning now to weather, the first half of the day we saw some on and off showers here in and around the Rose City, and more rain could be on the way. Meteorologist Joe Rainier joining us now. Joe, what's the start of spring break looking like?
Oh, we're going to see more of the same, just some more scattered showers starting things out on your Monday morning, and we're going to continue to see those showers the rest of your Sunday night as well. We've also been seeing some lightning strikes in a few locations. I think for the most part, the metro area won't be looking at much in terms of thunderstorm activity, but this is kind of a neat looking shot out in the reserve in Aloha with a temperature of 53 degrees. Not the greatest golfing weather, but you could have, if you were out there earlier today, it would have been just fine. And we are going to gradually see our conditions improve. But again, this is our next weather maker that moves in overnight and into Monday morning and bringing in more scattered showers, really light scattered showers tomorrow morning. Those showers will start to get kind of intense at times throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours. So here we are early tomorrow morning, pretty much dry, but right around 8, 9 o'clock throughout the metro area, we'll gradually see those showers move through, and they will get a little bit heavier, especially throughout the central and southern part of the Willamette Valley. But by late in the day tomorrow, we'll start to see some drier weather. Come Tuesday, it's going to be more dry than wet. But what I am tracking, though, is a system that moves on shore heading into Wednesday. I'm tracking some heavy snow from the mountains and a lot of wind and rain from the valley and the coast. I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
Joe, I know you're going to love this. There was a party in Corvallis. The Oregon State women's basketball team continues its March Madness run. The Beavs knocked off Nebraska today 61-51 to secure a spot in the Sweet 16. Talia von Oelhoffen led the team with 19 points. All the highlights coming your way later tonight on Sports Sunday, as well as when, where, and who the Beavers may play in the next round. Sports Sunday tips off at 11:35 right here on KGW.
All right, turning now to health news. Cities of all sizes are struggling with a rise in homelessness, and the Eugene-Springfield metro area is no different. Now, researchers from the University of Oregon want to figure out the health effects of people facing housing insecurity. Our Deidre Johnson shows us how the study in Lane County could shape future programs to help the homeless.
The statistics on the rise in homelessness are staggering. In the Eugene-Springfield area, almost 3,000 people are without homes. 74% of that population are unsheltered.
At the last point in time count that was conducted by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, Lane County was at the top of the houselessness per capita in the U.S.
Part of that's due to the size of the city.
We're a smaller city. We have a smaller tax base, which means there is less wiggle room for us as a city to, roll out major initiatives that could address the root of this problem, which of course is lack of sufficient and affordable housing.
Now, a new study with a team from the University of Oregon will research the health effects of homelessness.
We are not asking, is homelessness bad for health? We know it's bad for health, right? That is obvious and demonstrated in many, many ways, very poignantly every day. So what we're asking is, how is homelessness bad for health?
The study includes health tests, questionnaires, and information about people's life history and background to figure it out.
We're wondering, what are the sort of, for lack of a better term, pinch points, areas where small-ish but structured changes could make a real difference in people's physical health, their mental health, and their just everyday well-being.
So far, the results provide a harsh reality of what many that are homeless face.
Everybody who's experiencing houselessness is struggling with the stress and insecurity of not knowing where you're going to sleep at night and not knowing if you're going to be hassled at night. So a lot of sleep issues.
That includes long-term health issues.
People experiencing sort of long-term effects of lack of access to healthcare. So folks who have ongoing medical conditions that may have predated the start of housing insecurity for them, as you might imagine, are often having trouble getting into the doctor.
The hope is the study will spark change and more health equity for those facing housing insecurity.
One of the biggest challenges of this work is that many people who are in a position to do something about it would rather not look hard at the frank brutality that people are dealing with.
And Weaver says they're planning to do a presentation for local officials about the findings of that study. She also plans to apply for larger grants that will allow them to do intervention work to help the homeless. And a transit reminder, the Max Blue Line will return to regular service tomorrow. The line was shut down in Hillsborough so crews could replace some older equipment and finish most of the work to turn the Fair Complex station into the new end of the Max Red Line. This is all part of the Better Red project, which is expected to wrap up this summer. Well, a tentpole event for the local cycling community took place earlier today. Thousands put on costumes to take part in the 20th anniversary of the Worst Day of the Year ride. The full route is 19 miles, ending with a local marketplace and a lunch buffet. Well, despite that name, organizers say this event is all about fun and exploring Portland before the weather improves.
People who are coming out annually, it's part of their tradition. It's part of getting ready for a summer of cycling.
Well, since the ride's inception, proceeds have benefited the Community Cycling Center.